Yeah. How long do you think I'm going to wait for you anyway? Listen, what's your opinion on having the abortion clinic changed into a crystal meth, a housing for people on crystal meth, right beside the school?
I don't think the downtown area is where all those folks are hanging out, so I don't know. I'm not particularly concerned about any one building. I'd rather have people on a treatment program in housing than just roaming the streets without housing, given all the problems that we have with crystal meth folks.
So this will not be a rehab center. This will just be people on crystal meth housing. So you support that right beside the George School?
I'm not going to. That's place stuff about stuff that happens in downtown Fredericton's up to the council. I personally don't see any issues with it.
So if you were, let's be honest here. You're a redhead. You're honest. If you were leader of the NDP, you wouldn't support that. You would be.
Absolutely. No, I would. I didn't change any of my opinions when I switched party cards, and I would have the same opinion.
So you support a rehab center or whatever, housing. It's a housing for
where are folks supposed to live, Charles?
So right beside the school.
But if you're going to be there and in a treatment program, we are not doing crystal meth. But if you're there and you're going to be taking treatment programs, which is what you need to get into housing, because as you know, if you're on crystal meth, you're going to be, unless you're very, I don't know anyone on crystal meth who's managed to stay housed for a long time.
Not long. Not long.
Right. So the folks who are in there are going to be obviously getting help, because otherwise they're not going to be able to stay in the housing, because you're not going to be able to pay your rent. You're not going to be able to meet those conditions.
So that don't concern you? Little kids, the swearing and...
That's already happening. There are folks on crystal meth roaming the streets, breaking into George Street's grounds anyway. You're much less likely to do that if your house is dependent on being well behaved.
But isn't that scary? The Minister of Education supports that. I mean, kids supports.
So let's be clear.
Very clear.
You're talking about an existing problem. Folks with crystal meth roaming around downtown, right?
Yeah.
But let's be clear.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
Right now.
Most of those folks have got no treatment. Most of those folks have got no place to live.
And they
choose. Is that making things better?
They don't. They choose to be homeless.
That we can argue about why people make decisions that they do, but it's pretty clear that once you're on crystal meth, you're abandoning your ability to make a lot of good choices in your life because you're frying your brain, right? It's a terrible thing.
Agree.
So if you're going to get to the point that you're actually able to get into a supported housing, I'm much less worried about those folks than the ones who are wandering around yelling and cursing and getting in the way of cars and kids and screaming at people and having hallucinations in public. Yep.
So right beside the old burial ground, the old burial ground will be totally destroyed. They'll be gone. And the kids.
No, but Charles, that doesn't make any sense. These people already exist. It's not like there's suddenly going to be a magic group of people appearing in a house.
No, but they will be there. They will be there. But they don't hang around.
They'll walk around all around downtown.
Yeah.
So the folks are going to be more likely to be well behaved near where they live, right? Don't piss in your own porch.
Yeah, but if they turn...
These are folks who are going into these housing units because they're actually trying to get help for themselves. The ones who are going to continue to trash the old burial ground, trash the downtown, get in people's way, are the people who aren't getting any help.
So you support that for the provincial government? If they want all kinds of money to upgrade, to change that into a housing, you support that?
That is someone else's department.
That's but the cabinet will have to support that, right?
Yes, but I don't talk about cabinet decisions. As a Frederictonian, I have no issues with housing.
No issues with that. I'm surprised. I'm just surprised that you would allow that.
Well, it's not me allowing it.
Not you, but I mean, by the way, it has nothing to do with city council either. But if they change the bylaws.
It's zoning, yeah. It's about zoning is the only thing that would have the impact. But yeah, I support getting housing for people who've got problems and for anyone who doesn't have problems, because we have a huge housing shortage. But I got to run in and deliver this to...
Yes, no problem. Thank you. Intéressant. How you doing? Oh, Minister of Education. Ça va bien, toi?